By the way, I just should mention that your manager, your wife is your manager, or was at that time, I think.
She
Was
still
she
is.
for, she still is, yeah. Was
She
she
has a
for it?
partner, or she has many other managers in her work in her office. So very often I work with Mark Provocero, who's her business partner, and that makes it easier for us to stay married.
Right. We'll come back to that later. I think I read also in your book that you were concerned a little bit as the show began to develop that Jimmy might not be likable enough to hang the. I'm sorry, Jimmy later saw likable enough to hang the whole show on. But you found a way to make him likable. What happened?
Well, look, the first thought I had was Saul is not likable enough to build a show around. And that's the first thing I said to Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould when they said we're serious about creating a show for Saul. And I said, guys, you're going to have to make him likable because he was a lot of fun in Breaking Bad when everyone else in his vicinity had a gun to their head of some sort or a real gun really pointed at their real head. You know, that was Saul was making jokes, he was teasing people. It was a laugh to him. He was under no threat. Um, but on his own, you know, he's a sleazy guy. He doesn't really take care of anyone. I just think he's a hard guy to root for if all you see is that version from Breaking Bad. And of course, then they didn't balk when I said that, and they said we've been thinking about that, and we're gonna apply ourselves to that question: is what is there to root for in this guy? And they invented Jimmy McGill, the man behind the man, and he's a very likable guy who's got a very earnest side to him. Um, like a lot of cynics, which you could say Saul is a cynic. Um, he's not really a cynic at all. He's an idealist whose heart was broken too many times, and he's sort of effortfully being cynical. True cynics have no earnest love for the world left in them, or never had any. But he's a guy who is sort of actively striking back at the world in this persona of Saul Goodman because he feels so wronged and so hurt by some of what's happened, as you see in Better Call Saul.